of all, as far as we've got the schedule, you probably got that, and I can talk about that. But you know, the bigger thing was released last week in an agreement with CBS Sports, who their broadcasting is outstanding. They do a great job. They take a lot of pride in it. I've learned that we reached a contract with them. Les Moonves and his crew really were outstanding to work with. It just took us longer than we thought, but I think this is without a doubt the biggest step forward we've taken with this league, and I think it lends us a lot of credibility now. As far as when you get CBS to say we want to do business with you, we're going to support you, we want to get you out there nationally, that's huge. That is huge. And I'll talk about that a little bit, some things that have transpired since that time. But I can't overemphasize what it's going to mean to our league moving forward and to our fan support. You know, it's been frustrating for me that, you know, some of the adjustments we've had to make over the years of switching games, canceling some games, this channel, that channel. But now you'll find us. We've only got, we're on Wednesday night every night. Once we start, except for we've got one glitch, so we had to do a Thursday game, which I'll talk about that in just a second. But it's huge for us. It took a lot longer than we thought, but the wait was worth it. And we got a great relationship with those people. Our ownership did a great job in securing a contract with them that is going to benefit us. But if you look at the schedule, we're going to play on Wednesdays and Friday nights, except for a couple things. And the ideal thing was the other teams wanted to be Friday night. Well, Friday night doesn't fit in Vegas quite as well. You got a lot of people that have to work, and then we have to hold the game at a reasonable time for people to come to the game and get their kids home. You know, the game will be over around 9-ish, something like that. And people got to go to work the next day, and it's a little lighter night. So we came out in advantage a little bit that way, simply because we're the only team that wanted to play on Wednesday night. And all our games are on Wednesday night, other than the one Thursday, which, you know, and then we're playing on Friday nights. When we're away some of the time, or the other games are on, and people can follow us now. You know, CBS Sports is in 99 million homes, and so to me, it'll give us, our fans, it's hard to connect real hard with our fan base when they can't find you playing on the road. And we've had trouble with reports in the newspaper, and sometimes you play a late game, it's a little tougher. But this will give us a much broader scope that way. We got a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. We're behind, and we got a lot of work to catch up on. A lot of things that we've got to negotiate and do and pay to move forward. But the plan is intact to do that. We'll be announcing some coaches in the next couple of days for the Sacramento franchise and the Omaha franchise. Marty Schottenheimer and I talk all the time and hanging in there, and he's about as stubborn as I am. We're both pretty stubborn guys, make this thing work and hang in there with it. But if you look down the schedule, it's pretty good. I mean, from our standpoint, we open our first 3 games at home, and I'm glad that worked out that way, because last year when we had to move the schedule and cancel the last games, if you understood why, it was, you know, we lose money each game, and it had already determined that it was going to be us in Virginia, so we needed to not lose any more money, you know, and it hurt our fans. It hurt me for our fans, and we have returned all the money, and I'm going to be sending out here shortly an email to our season ticket holders that they're going to be excited about. I'm going to make them an offer. They want to come back. They're loyal to us. They work hard. They support us, and I'm going to make them an offer. I'm not going to divulge that today, that I think they'll be excited about. If you look down the schedule, our first 3 games are at home, and then we're on the road until we go to the Thursday night game. The Thursday night game we have, we're going to go head-to-head, not head-to-head, completely with the NFL. That's a Thursday night game. It's Minnesota and Tampa Bay. They'll be on NFL Network. We'll be on before them, and it's going to be a great opportunity to see that. CBS was excited about it. You know, they're saying, hey, we got Marty Schottenheimer, Jim Fassel, and the 2 teams played in the championship game, knocking heads one more time. So feel good about all that stuff. So I won't go into anything else unless what I'll do is open it up for questions, because I'm sure you guys got more questions than I got answers anyhow.
Jim, the decision to stay at 4 and not expand to Jackson or Chattanooga, can you just enlighten us as to what happened there?
Basically, we reached a point where they had to have everything together, and we weren't going to get that. They're still interested. We got a lot of support down in Jackson, and it may take, I would say it happened next year. But we just reached a point where trying to get a team outfitted and operational, we kind of passed the deadline. I mean, we got a lot of deadlines right now that we're going to be working 24/7 to get everything else in place right now. It's doable, we can do it, but the start of a new franchise is going to get a little rough. Where they're from, but I had contact with 2 cities that are interested in receiving some information on putting a franchise in their city that quick. So this CBS deal has opened some people's eyes.
How much does it hurt the integrity of the league to only continue with 4 teams and play an 8-game schedule?
Well, I mean, CBS wanted 8. I mean, we needed to play 8. And as you look at the schedule, we're playing Sacramento 3 times, we're playing Omaha 3 times. We're playing Sacramento twice there and once here, and we're playing Omaha twice here and once at their place. So we got 8 games, and a 9th with the championship. And they needed to, there's some things that they really worked. I'll tell you, they really, when we got down, and it took a while, we got down, they really worked to help us get what we needed. Yeah, for the league to continue to grow, absolutely. And I think, I know ownership, they've had contact with people. And I can't go very far as what cities, but there is definitely some interest. There has been some interest before what I said I received. And I think that we can grow next year, for sure.
Have you guys secured a venue yet to actually play?
No, no. I've met, talked to both. I've got another meeting tomorrow. Just behind on it, just behind on it. And the thing that really helped me here is that, like I said, the other teams want to play on Friday night. We have no conflict at either place on a Wednesday night. We have no conflicts. So my schedule was clear here if I didn't have something agreed upon. But I've had talks, and I'll have more talks tomorrow.
Jim, you were saying earlier that in your opening remarks that you still have some people to pay. I know there are people that work here that haven't been paid around the league. There's still vendors. How is Bill addressing it in you in terms of making sure that you guys get caught up with all your bills?
He knows the exact number, minus me, and he knows the number. And I've talked to him this morning, and we'll get the funding to pay our payables and move forward. And the thing is that I'm more involved now in league operations than before, and we do have some things with the league, but sometimes those things got buried, and we had no ability to get it. From time to time, I get them, and they'll go on the payable list.
Is the big one out there still the workman's comp? Did that get settled?
Yeah, no, we're moving forward on that, and hopefully that's got to get resolved before anything. And but we've had talks with them, and they want to do business with us. So there's no animosity or anything like that. But that I had no idea what workman's comp cost. It's huge. That's a huge.
Is it like 3.2 million?
3.2 what?
3.2 million?
No,
What is the
you're
number?
way south.
It's way south of that?
Mm-hmm.
How south of it?
I can't define that a little bit. I got to be a little bit careful because we're individual franchises, and I speak a little bit more for things with the league and stuff. But yeah, I mean not what we owe. I'm talking the total price.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's low.
it's lower than that 3.2 million?
No.
It's higher. So the
Yeah, it
3.2
is.
million.
I'm sorry?
You're saying the 3.2 number I said is low?
Yes.
It's higher than that?
Yes.
But you won't say how much higher?
No, I can't say.
How much debt does the league have to make good on to get back to square one? Not just this franchise, the entire UFL.
I'd say, I'm gonna guess now, you quote me, I guess.
So we'll approach you,
Prob-
the best you can.
What's that?
We'll just ballpark it.
I'm gonna ballpark it at 1.5.
$1.5 million.
That'd be 2, I might go to 2, because I don't know the exact numbers on some of the other issues.
What about this franchise? What about Las Vegas in terms of what it still owes vendors?
Most of it is not vendors, it's catching up salaries.
Okay.
Most of it, the bulk of
The
it. I
players
talked
all
to Bill,
got
we're
paid,
gonna
right,
catch it
Jim?
up. Sorry?
The players all got paid, correct?
Yes,
All right, so that's not an issue. Season ticket holders had their money refunded?
yes.
Okay, so you still owe you only $80,000. You have some former employees or current employees?
Yes.
Including yourself, who I guess,
Yes.
owe money?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So how much are we talking here? About a couple $100,000?
Again, I mean, if it's mostly salaries, okay? And the thing is, it's a good-sized number, but it's because there's so many people,
Right.
and the bulk of it is coaches,
Mhm.
okay?
Right.
And they're true blue, and they're hanging in there, okay? That's the bulk of it. That's the biggest chunk,
Mhm.
right there. And, but other than that, there's a lot of people that we owe, not a lot of money, but every little bit of money is important to everybody.
Right.
So it's, it's doable. I've talked to Bill. We keep it, between Matt Collins and my son Mike, we keep it, he knows exactly where every nickel's supposed to go.
So when